Okay, fellas, listen up, please. Listen up. I just want to make sure that you guys do understand that you are actually able to play above 500. Yeah. No, I do understand that historically that's not the Cubs way, but we're actually trying to change things around here. Yeah. See, I knew this was just all one big misunderstanding.
Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to the Chicago Cubs Season 2 Episode 4 today. There is a lot to catch you up on. We're going to face the Arizona Diamondbacks and we just play 500. That's all we do. We're 2 games off of it right now and it's almost like, you know, they're trying to, you know, just stay at 500. So since last episode, we've won 15 of 32. If you have a quick look at injuries here, though, we do have 2 season enders. Trey Mancini is gone 4 to 5 months. He broke his kneecap, which just sounds incredibly painful. And Reese Olson, one of the stars of the bullpen, torn UCL. It's over a year, and I always worry with that. We may not quite ever see him back again. I was just singing his praises. Was it last episode? The episode before that as well. So yeah, very, very sad indeed. Now, where do we start? Let's start with the team, I suppose. Now, of course, we left off with this really good win against Pittsburgh, Grand Slam and all. We then hosted the Angels. Unfortunately, we only won 1 of 3 against them. We then hosted the Braves. We won 1 of 3 against them. We then hosted the Brewers. We won 1 of 3 against them. Actually, no, we went to the Brewers. We won 1 of 3. We went to St. Louis. We won 1 of 3. Milwaukee came to us. We won 2 of 3. Hey! And then we went to the Phillies and we, split a 4-game series with them. So, I mean, no, we didn't. We won 3 or 4 against them, which is really good. Really, really good. Over to July, not so good. We got swept at home by the Giants. St. Louis came to town. A bit of an agonizing loss in extra time there, or extra innings, I should say. A 5-run defeat, which you don't really expect, but can happen. And then we won the next 2. So we won a series against them. We won 2 of 3 in San Diego. Why couldn't we do that when it was on YouTube? Sorry, we won 2 of 4 in San Diego. Why couldn't we do that when we were playing on YouTube? And then just before the All-Star break, we won 2 of 3 away to the Dodgers. So a magnificent run to go to, you know, San Diego and LA and you know, win more than we lost. That's really, really good, isn't it? So then the All-Star games break came at just the wrong time, and no doubt will be terrible again now when we come back. But let's have a look at the standings. So we are 6.5 games back of the Cardinals. We are, how far are we off the wild card here? We are 5 games off of the wild card. So we're in the conversation. We do obviously need to be a little bit better though if we're going to go to the postseason. Of course, this time last year though, we kicked off, didn't we? We were the best team in baseball post All-Star break, or near enough to it anyway. So let's hope that that can repeat itself. Although Mancini, who was the star of that run, is obviously not around this season due to injury. We have a look at some league leaders here. There is not much in terms of Cubs, so it's a little bit of a shame, but we've got sort of I'd say a more well-rounded team in that everybody's contributing a little bit more so than having 1 or 2 sort of stars like we maybe have in the past. If we go and have a look at everybody's numbers here, starting at the pitchers. And you'll notice that there's some flames, there's some hot streaks going, which is very, very good indeed. Now a couple of changes. Obviously, Reese Olson is gone. The man that's come in for him, Jack Perkins, is back. So we're going to hope. He was doing really, really well in AAA. So we're going to hope that he's got his confidence back and he'll do well, you know, coming back into the major league team. But there's no one else that's really struggling, I wouldn't say. Justin Steele looks like he's doing badly, but he is actually recovering from a bit of a rough spell for him. And our new closer, ignore what it says next to the names, Vargas. I've moved him into closer just to see how he does, basically. So yeah, he's going to come in and do that role, and Cantorino will drop back into a setup guy. So we'll see if that works for us. If it doesn't, then we'll just switch them back. Over to the hitters. And it's just as I say, everybody contributing a little bit. There's no one particularly outstanding. I'd say if we're looking for one outstanding, it is probably William McQuaid. He is having a magnificent rookie season. The changes that we've made here, now Mervis has gone. He was replaced by Mancini, who's obviously been injured again. So it's Triatos. It's our first look at him that has come in to play. So we'll have a look at him a little bit closer in just a second here. And Rojas is back from his injury, so he has replaced, is it Kevin Made? Anyway, Made. I think it was Kevin Made. He's replaced him back at third base. So, yeah, the numbers are there. You can see them. It's not terrible, but it's not spectacular either. Now, let's have a quick look at Triatos. So this is him here. He's potentially okay, which is what you want to say, that potentially he's okay. But he's only 21, so there is still a little bit of room to grow. His career to date, and he is very much a sort of a bat more so than a glove. But we can see he's worked his way up relatively, solidly through the farm system. He was playing AAA this year, and he was doing really well, which is why I've called him in instead of just calling Matt Marvis back up, or Mervis, who's kind of flattering to deceive right now. So I don't know that we might even trade Mervis, to be honest. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so he's come in, has Triantos, and let's see. Let's hope, I should say, that he does well. The other thing that has happened is the player draft. Now, meet our first round pick, Colby Backus. He was 12th overall, and he's an outfielder. He's an outfielder that has a very potentially powerful bat. So that's the main thing that we've gone for here with him. So we'll live in hope. But obviously, we drafted more than one player. Second round pick, there's a theme here. We're going for power. I like my home runs. He hasn't obviously signed as of yet, but all these guys should be signing. There wasn't predicted to be any problems. So a little bit like Triantos, not the greatest glove going around, but his bat better than Triantos's potentially. So let's hope that he comes through for us, and a strong leadership qualities as well. Third round, we went for a pitcher in Hank Pfeiffer, another one that could be quite good. We'll wait and see, obviously, what we get. But yeah, he was our third round pick. Fourth round, we went for another infielder, a shortstop, or maybe more so a second baseman in Kassan Evans, 18 years old, so still a long way to go for him before he reaches majors. But yeah, quick to catch on. I've been paying a lot more attention to personality, just trying to sign good eggs. So yeah, let's hope that he comes through. Fifth round, we went for another pitcher in Brandon Neely, a solid teammate, solid pitcher potentially as well. So we'll hope he does do well for us. And he, as you can see, has officially signed for us. Sixth round, we went back for a third baseman, or maybe a first baseman, depending on what positional ratings you look at there. Just looks like just a solid all-round player. So again, we'll see what we get with him. Seventh round, it was back for a starting pitcher, Jensen Kiesel. So again, we'll see what happens when he gets his teeth into the Cubs. He's already signed 21, so yeah, let's hope he comes through quickly. And then the last player, sort of note, I suppose, is Matt Scott II. I don't know why he's not junior, why it's the second. Is there a reason? Does anybody know why sometimes it's the second and sometimes it's junior? Is it just a preference thing, or is there like a reason for it? But anyway, we drafted him out of high school. He is 19, and again, you can see a solid defensive player and potentially a solid bat as well. So yeah, we'll see what we get from Mr. Scott number 2. So that is the draft covered All-Star game. So this is how the National League voting finished up. Not too many Cubs there, is there? Dansby Swanson was briefly involved in shortstop voting. We had Cody Bellinger third amongst center fielders. And, well, I mean, that's just about it, isn't it? There really wasn't much doing there. The actual squads themselves. So there we go. That is the American League team. So you can have a quick pause if you want to have a bit of a longer look at the team that the American League. How is James Taylor an All-Star? That is disgusting. He has been so bad everywhere I've had him. That actually really annoys me, because we are paying him $18 million to be an All-Star for the Oakland A's. That is unbelievable. Anyway, I'm going to take a minute to calm down. Our All-Star was Dansby Swanson. He did go. He was the only Cub, if you don't include. I mean, we're paying for Taylor, so he should be one of ours. I can't believe he's an All-Star. That is unbelievable. Anyway, let's have a look at the game itself. And it was a 5-3 extra inning win for the American League. They got 3 runs in the 10th. If we go and have a look at how everybody did, if we go and see where is Swanson, he pinched hit, came into the game for Tina Turner, got a walk, a strikeout, and that was about it for him. And if you go and have a look at how the pitchers did, there we go there. Taylor actually did not give up a run either. I cannot believe, after how bad he was, I paid him to go away, and he's playing in the All-Star game. That's going to ruin my day. It has ruined my day. I swear to God, this game taunts me. It's like a sentient being that just lives to piss me off sometimes. Anyway, let's go and check the lineups. We're about to face the Diamondbacks. Where are the Diamondbacks sitting in the standings? Did we see that? They are currently at 500. They're where we want to be. So let's hope we can go a game closer to 500 and we can pull them back below 500 with us. On your feet, Chicago, if you too cannot believe Palin was an all-star. At first base tonight, it's Edward Rios. At second base, it's Nico Horner. At third base, it's Josh Rojas. At shortstop tonight, it's your all-star, Dansby Swanson. In left field, it's Joshua Mears. In center field, it's Cody Bellinger. In right field, it's Seiya Suzuki. Tonight's designated hitter is William McQuaid. Behind the plate tonight, it's Thomas Nido. And tonight's starting pitcher is Ronny Henriquez. Alright, so it's Horner leading us off at second, Rojas bats second at third, Rios is batting third at first base, McQuaid, designated hitter, cleans up, Swanson at shortstop bats 5, Mears in left field bats 6, Bellinger in center field bats 7, Suzuki in right field bats 8, Nido the catcher bats 9, Ronny Henriquez is going to be on the mound for us today. He is someone that we signed or we traded or we got him somehow. We got him to be a bullpen pitcher, a bit of an option. He has been brilliant. ERA of 288, a whip of 128. He has a 6-4 winning record. We're up against Nelson for them. He has a 5-3 record, an ERA of 355, and a whip of 133. So the pitching matchup on stats looks quite even. The matchups with the bats look kind of even, just in their favor perhaps. So let's see who comes out on top. This could be an interesting game. So welcome to Wrigley. Corbin Carroll will lead them off, batting 288. And yeah, I'm curious to see what Ronny Henriquez can do. I've left him as the #1 starter because he has the best ERA. So no need to change him really on that sense. But yeah, we'll just see what happens. And it is lined straight into the glove of Nico Horner. And that is one away. Up comes Jesse Winkler now, who's batting 257. It's a 2-1 pitch. And that is lined straight past Swanson. He was too busy telling Horner about the All-Star game there. I think that looked like he could have stopped it. But anyway, it's a 1-out single. Gabriel Marino will come up to the plate, batting 283. That is going to drop in, and that is not great news. Bellinger will keep the runner at second, will he? Yes. But one away runner at first and second for Candelario. Now, we had him somewhere. I want to say the Tigers. It's a 2-1 pitch. And it is popped up. It's going to bring in a run, is it? No, Bellinger can keep the runners, but loaded bases. Oh, Henriquez has been doing so well until now. Alec Thomas comes in. He's batting 282. We really could use a strikeout. It's a 1-2 pitch. And instead, we get a ball lined to Seiya Suzuki. He is unable to stop the run coming across. The runner will also go to third. 2 away. 1-0 down, and Marte comes to the plate, batting 253, an 0-2, a strikeout. So it could have been a lot worse. But Henriquez does give up a run to start off the game. Horner now will lead us off, batting 248. He has got his 100th career double since we saw him last. An 0-1 pitch and a ground out to the first baseman as the pitcher covers. 1 away. It'll bring up Rojas. Now Rojas, since we saw him last, has got his 200th career RBI. A 2-0 pitch. Rojas! Oh no, it's not leaving us at all. It's a simple catch in right field. Everybody just calm down. Rios, who is batting 242. It's a 2-1 pitch. Rios into center field. That is going to drop in. And Rios has a 2-out single for McQuaid. Let's see what he can do. Batting 262. It's an 0-2 pitch. McQuaid strikes out. And that will end the inning. We'll bring up Flores to lead them off now. He's batting 222 this season. It's a 1-2 pitch. And that is popped up into center field. Bellinger is underneath it. Makes the catch. 1 away. In comes Profar, who is batting 239 this season. A full count with 1 away. And a ground ball. Horner gets the stop. Oh, and the play. Well done, Nico Horner. That was very, very nicely done indeed. So Nick Ahmed, who we had at the Tigers. 0-1 pitch, and that is into left field. It drops in front of Mears out there, and that is a 2-out single Corbin Carroll will come back up, 0 for 1 today, an 0-1 pitch, and that is into left field again. Mears with a diving catch, and that'll land the second, or the top of the second anyway. And it'll bring Dansby Swanson in, batting 256. He's got his 200th career double since we saw him last, and that is into centre field, and it drops in front of the fielder out there for a leadoff single. Up comes Joshua Mears now. An 0-1 pitch. Joshua Mears has grounded into a double play. And that's not really what we wanted you to do, mate. Up comes Bellinger now, batting 275. A 3-0 pitch. Bellinger draws the walk, and it'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. Batting 193. An 0-1 pitch. Suzuki into left field, and that will do it. He is just an absolute clown. There was questions, I don't think it was last episode, I think it was the episode before that, about what, trying to trade Suzuki and why don't we, the problem is I'd love to trade him. No one's taking 20 million off our hands for him though, are they? That's the issue, is that it's just, he's essentially become untradeable. And the thing is that if we basically eat his salary and trade him, he's got a fairly long-term contract, and he might come good. And I don't want to be paying for... Well, look what happened with Talon. Like, that's so annoying. But, I don't want that situation where I'm paying for him to be really good somewhere else. I'd rather him be good here and then trade him, and they can get stuck with him. I think he did actually just make a good catch out there, didn't he? It's going to be Nido to lead us off. And he grounds a 3-1 pitch to the second baseman. 1 away. Nico Horner will come back up, 0 for 1 today. First pitch swing. Horner gets hit. Apparently they didn't like each other after the last at bat. So we have a runner at first. Rojas at the plate, who was 0 for 1. A 2-2 pitch. Rojas into centre field. It's going to drop in. And Horner will stay at second. I thought he might go then. But Rios now, who's 1 for 1. 2 on, 1 out. A 1-2 pitch. Rios strikes out. It was a good pitch, wasn't it? That is 2 away. So McQuaid now, 0 for 1. McQuaid has got it into right centre field, and that will tie the game. It should give us the lead as the runner rounds third, comes home. McQuaid will try and get himself over to third. He won't get there. But that's all right, because it is a 2 RBI double, and we have gone in front as we go to the top of the fourth. Thomas to lead them off. He got the sac fly last time up. Full count this time, and a strikeout for Henriquez. Alright, Marte, who is 0 for 1. It's a 2-0 pitch, and that is popped up into centre field. Bellinger's there. That is 2 away, and it brings Wilmer Flores to the plate. He is 0 for 1 today. A 2-1 pitch. A 2-0 pitch, sorry. Mears should have that comfortably, and we will go and bat in the fourth with a 2-1 lead. And Swanson to lead us off. He is 1 for 1 today. It's a 1-2 pitch. Swanson grounds it to the shortstop. And that is 1 away. It'll bring up Joshua Mears, getting awfully close to batting below 200, which is not what we want from any of our players. But he grounds that out to the shortstop. That'll be 2 away. He'll edge a little bit closer to 200. And it'll bring up Bellinger, who walked last time up. A 1-2 pitch. Bellinger! 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 It is gone! Cody Bellinger, 396 feet. It is now 3-1 to the Cubs. And Cody Bellinger, he is coming kind of good for us, isn't he? Batting 277 now, 9 home runs just after the All-Star break. It's very, very nice indeed. Suzuki draws a walk. So 2 out, 1 on for Thomas Nido, who is 0 for 1. A 1-0 pitch. Nido grounds it to the third baseman. Out at second. Ends the inning, but not before Bellinger extends the lead to 3-1. Henriquez will now face Profar, who is 0 for 1. A 2-2 pitch. And that is into right field. Suzuki is there again, and that is 1 away. And, yeah, I mean, in the end, Henriquez even has done quite well here. He's sort of showing, I'm assuming, what he does start in, start out. As that's another simple catch out there, this time for Suzuki. So 2 away. It's Corbin Carroll, who's 0 for 2. It's a 2-2 pitch. And it is a ground ball to Horner over to first. Ends the top of the fifth. Very, very nice indeed. And Horner will now lead us off. 0 for 1 today. It's a 1-0 pitch. Horner grounds it to the third baseman and out at first. It'll bring up Rojas, who is 1 for 2. It is a 1-2 pitch. Rojas gets it past the first baseman, right down into the right field corner. He'll dig around the ivy, he won't find it, and Rojas will slide into second for a 1-out double. Alright. Can we get another run in here? Rios, who is 1 for 2. A 2-2 pitch. Rios, thought about it, stopped, and then kind of ended up just walking back to the dugout politely. McQuaid, who is 1 for 2. Got the 2 RBI double last time up. And they just walk him. They just walk him. Swanson, they don't respect you, mate. They'd rather face you. It's a 1-0 pitch. Swanson into center field. Is it over center field's head? No, it's not. And that'll end the 5th. Top of the 6th. And Brant Herder will come onto the mound. So Henriquez goes 5 innings, 1 earned run. Very nicely done. Thank you very much. Let's see what Herder can do. He strikes out the first man, 1 away. Herder's ERA so far this season is 2.77. I did briefly toy with him as a startup. That is gone by the looks of things. So Herder has given up a run, cuts the lead to 1. It is 430 feet. And yeah, well, that's not ideal, is it? It brings Candelario back in. He is 1 for 2 tonight. It's a 1-1 pitch. And that is a ground ball. Third base has it. Rojas across the diamond. Caught by Rios to end that at bat. So 2 out for Alec Thomas, who is 0 for 1 with, of course, the sac fly. Herder sits him down, ends the inning, but not before the lead is cut back to 1. Mears to lead us off, 0 for 2. It's a 1-1 pitch. Joshua Mears pops it up. And that is 1 away. In now will come Bellinger. 1 for 1 with a walk, of course. The home run last time up is basically our lead right now, isn't it? This time, though, he can only pop it up into center field for 2 away. It'll bring up Suzuki. He is 0 for 1. Our first pitch swing. Suzuki has got a decent piece of it, and it drops in front of the left fielder. And Suzuki has a 2-out single. All right, Nido, who now has a worse batting average than Suzuki. That's got a sting. Nido grounds it to the second baseman, and that will end the inning. So we go to the 7th. It's 3-2 to the Cubs, and Herder will continue to Marte, who is 0 for 2. It's an 0-1 pitch, and it is sliced away into right field for a leadoff single. So tying run aboard, Flores now, who is 0 for 2. It's a 1-2 pitch. And that is into left field. Mears is after it. Mears makes the catch. Keeps the runner at first. 1 away. In comes Profa now, who is 0 for 2. An 0-2 pitch. And I thought that was going to be a strikeout, but Suzuki's there. Makes a simple catch in right field. I mean, nothing simple for him. We've seen him drop easier catches than that. But 2 away, runner at first for Ahmed, who's 1 for 2. It's a 1-2 pitch. Ahmed strikes out, and it's time to stretch. It's a close one, though. It is 3-2 to the Cubs. Okay, welcome back. Horner to lead us off. Nelson will continue for them. Horner is 0 for 2. A 1-1 pitch. And Horner, is that going to find the grass out there? No, it is not. And that is 1 away. It'll bring in now Rojas, who is 2 for 3. It's an 0-2 pitch. Rojas thinks about it and then just walks back. So 2 out, no one on for Rios, who is 1 for 3 tonight. It's a first pitch swing. Rios grounds it to the second baseman. That'll end the bottom of the 7th. It is still a 1-run game. Matt Cantorino. Yeah, let's go with that. He was our closer. He's going to face Corbin Carroll, who's 0 for 3. So the bullpen is coming in now to officially try and close this one out. And the first man is successfully retired after a pitch. In comes Jesse Winkler, who is 1 for 3. A full count. And that is into left field. Mears cannot make a catch. So again, we have tying run aboard, 1 away from Marino, who hit a home run last time up, of course. It's a first pitch swing. It's straight back up the middle. And this is not good. Oh, what's Bellinger doing? Is it going to cost us a run? He's played tunnel ball in center field. And, well, with 1 away, we have runners at second and third. This could go wrong. It's Candelario. He is 1 for 3. We need a strikeout. It's a 1-2 pitch. We get the strikeout. 2 away. Oh, that is huge. And it's Alec Thomas now. He is 0 for 2. He does have an RBI. Can we get out of this with a lead intact? It's a ground ball to Swanson. He makes the play at first, and we will go to the bottom of the 8th. Still with our lead. Tanner Scott will come out for them. He's going to face McQuaid, who is 1 for 2. And let's see what he can do. Lefty versus lefty, though. Not McQuaid's strength. It's a 1-0 pitch. McQuaid sends it into center field, and a diving catch. Oh, unlucky. So 1 away. Swanson now, who is 1 for 3. First pitch swing. Swanson grounds it to the shortstop. And that will be 2 away. It'll bring up Mears. Now, Mears is a good hitter versus a left-handed pitcher. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Can he make amends for that here? He walks. So 2 out, runner at first for Bellinger, who is 1 for 2. A 3-1. Bellinger draws a walk. 2 on, 2 out, and it brings up Seiya Suzuki. Is he going to undo a season's worth of hatred, basically, at this point? It's a new man on the mound. Ginkel for them. He has an ERA of 5.74. We would love to extend that for him. Suzuki, gets away from the catcher. Well, Suzuki just needs to put a ball in play here. And he will give us some insurance runs. Come on, Seiya. It's a full count. Does he walk and load the bases for Nito to come up? No, he just strikes out. Oh, you're a muppet. An absolute overpaid muppet. All right, it's Carlos Vargas. His first attempt at closing a game for us. He's up against Marte, who is 1 for 3. It's a full count. Come on, Carlos. Don't let me down, mate. He starts with a walk. Leadoff man aboard. Tapia will come in to pinch hit. He's batting .247 this season. A first pitch swing. Is the runner going to try and go? No. It's popped up, though, into center field. Bellinger is there. 1 away. Now, we know that Vargas can get a ground ball. A double play would win the game. It's Profar who's 0 for 3. It's a first pitch swing. Do they try and steal? No, but that could be a double play ball. That could be the double play ball. And we have beaten the Diamondbacks 3-2. It's a screamer, though. What a game that was. So, Carlos Vargas, I forget who it was in the comments that suggested him as a closer. Well done, you, because he has successfully closed out his first game there. And, yeah, he just looks every bit just a massively amazing pitcher, doesn't he? But there we go. I enjoyed that game. It was tight. It was tense. We won. It's everything you'd want, really, isn't it? So that was nice. We are, again, 1 game back of 500. If we ever get to a bit of a winning streak here, we could be dangerous this season, I tell you. But that'll do it for today. We'll have a sort of a preliminary first call for MVP nominations. And I think what we'll do is we'll come back mid-August to face the Nationals, or maybe Cincinnati. We'll kind of see. We've got St. Louis in there as well. We'll see how the standings are looking as to what is the bigger game. But we'll come back somewhere around this period. And yeah, we will need to get an MVP nominations list together. So yeah, we've had the All-Star break. Why not start now? If you enjoyed that, guys, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time for a game against somebody. Take care.